At number 10, Gary Owen. After nearly 20 years of marriage, it was all over in an instant. Kenya Duke, wife of Gary Owens, filed for divorce in March this year, making allegations that her husband had been unfaithful in their marriage. After news broke of their divorce filing, Kenya took to her Instagram to imply that her husband had an affair with a woman from Dallas, someone who was mutual friends with Gary and reality star Claudia Jordan. In her now deleted Instagram post, Kenya sent a message to the woman that she calls Dallas, Texas, saying, quote, "Dallas, Texas, I have your info. I'm going to deal with you in a minute. I'm a little busy now. You can have him, but you can't disrespect me and my kids in the process. At Gary Owen Comedy, let her know that a storm is coming. You should know better. Married, not separated. Married." End quote. Kenya also followed this up with a message that was meant for her husband, where she said, quote, "All the energy you spend lying, acting, creating a fake narrative for these women that want to be me, you could have done it with a veggie burger and a glass of fake filtered water." End quote. To make matters messier, Claudia Jordan, who was allegedly mutual friends with Gary's mistress, took to her social media to clear her name in the scandal, saying that she doesn't have a friend from Dallas, implying that she doesn't know who this other woman is, and that she was not aware of any affair that Gary had been having. At number 9, Amber Heard. 2020 saw the messiness and chaos that was the libel case between Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, and The Sun publication. Through that trial, we learned a lot about Johnny and Amber's relationship behind the scenes, including the cheating that allegedly happened. Along with having been abusive towards Johnny Depp, she also allegedly had affairs with multiple people during their relationship. Some of the names that have been thrown around having had relationships with Amber are Cara Delevingne, Elon Musk, and James Franco. Apparently, Amber, Cara, and Elon once had a group affair in Johnny's downtown LA penthouse, and there's even video footage of Amber meeting with James Franco in 2016 where they went to the same LA penthouse. This all happened behind Johnny's back and in his own house. This trial unearthed so much information about their relationship turmoil, but the cheating was only just the tip of the iceberg. Now, before I go any further, I'd like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you are enjoying it so far, and also check out my gaming channel Viper Girl if you're looking to enjoy some more awesome content, and subscribe while you're there. I post new videos daily, so there's always some fun going on over there. At number 8, Kevin Hunter Sr. In 2019, talk show host Wendy Williams exposed her husband for having a huge affair. Her 20-year marriage to husband Kevin Hunter was dissolved after he was accused of not only cheating on Wendy, but also fathering another woman's child. When reports broke of Kevin's affair with his massage therapist, revealing that his mistress had given birth to their child, Wendy said, "Enough is enough." When speaking out about the whole affair, Wendy said, quote, "Look, my husband had a full baby with a woman he was involved with for 15 years. Infidelity is one thing, a whole baby is a whole nother topic. A baby. I'm not changing Pampers, I want to be pampered. I learned from my mother how to make lemons into lemonade. What am I supposed to do? Stay in the house and cry all day?" End quote. Following this explosive divorce, Kevin issued an apology to his wife where he said, quote, "I'm not proud of my recent actions and take full responsibility and apologize to my wife, my family, and her amazing fans. I'm going through a time of self-reflection and I'm trying to right some wrongs." End quote. At number 7, Alex Rodriguez. Though they never got the chance to take that next step in their relationship, Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez had the intention to tie the knot. That is until things got too messy to handle. In April of this year, the couple announced that they are going their separate ways, ending their 2-year engagement. This breakup announcement came following A-Rod's recent cheating scandal. Though he's been accused of infidelity in the past, this new scandal might have been the one to end it all. In January of this year, Alex was accused of cheating on his fiancée with reality TV star Madison LaCroix, and this came about after LaCroix was accused of having an affair with the former MLB player during a taping of a reality reunion show. Shortly after these allegations were thrown around, Madison admitted to having been in contact with A-Rod, insisting that their communications were innocent, saying that they never met up and never had any physical contact, saying, quote, "He's never physically cheated on his fiancée with me." A source close to Alex revealed that he had slid into Madison's DMs and they had exchanged some, quote, "thirsty photos." For now, this is all speculations, but the internet sleuths out there are pretty convinced that there was indeed an affair going on here. At number 6, Mariah Carey. In September 2020, singer Mariah Carey revealed in her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, that she had once been unfaithful to her first husband. In the book, Mariah wrote about how during her first marriage to music exec Tommy Mottola, she cheated on him with baseball star Derek Jeter. Mariah talked about how she felt trapped in her marriage because of the age difference and because her husband was controlling. This prompted her to seek out a temporary escape, and after meeting Derek at a dinner party in 1997, she bonded with him. Mariah also revealed that soon she and Derek started talking, leading to them having a quote, warm, slow, intoxicating kiss on Derek's roof. The singer said that after that kiss, they never went any further because she was still married, saying, quote, neither of us had wanted to cheapen our romance by cheating on my marriage, end quote. They waited until Mariah was single again to start up the romance once again. At number 5, Dominic West. In the fall of 2020, actor Dominic West shocked a lot of people, including his wife, when photos surfaced online of him getting a little too close with actress Lily James. The leaked images showed the actor ringless on an outing with his co-star in Rome. He was spotted kissing and caressing the actress, and there were sources claiming that he and Lily had shared a hotel room as well. When reports of this alleged affair came out, a source close to Dominic's wife, Catherine, said that she was, quote, devastated and heartbroken, going on to say that she believed that she and her husband had a good marriage. This scandal, however, took a turn just days after the story first broke, as Dominic and his wife were spotted together kissing in front of paparazzi, and the couple even released a handwritten note to news outlets saying, quote, our marriage is strong and we are very much still together, end quote. When confronted about the whole affair, Lily James said that she was mortified to learn that her co-star was married, saying that while they were together, Dominic was acting very flirtatious around her. Everyone was confused by the situation, but what do you guys think of this cheating scandal? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments. At number 4, Offset. People say that rappers Cardi B and Offset have a toxic relationship because of how many times Offset has cheated. Though they've been married for over 3 years and have a daughter together, that apparently doesn't stop Offset from seeking comfort elsewhere. Last year, Cardi even filed for divorce from Offset because of his infidelity, though they later got back together after he spoiled her for her birthday, buying her a $300,000 car and dedicating a billboard to her. Offset has had a few cheating scandals over the course of his relationship with Cardi. In 2018, about a year after the couple got married in secret, Offset faced rumors that he had cheated on Cardi and even made an adult film with another woman. Back in 2020, he faced more allegations where it was rumored that he even fathered a child during this affair. Though they continue to find their way back to each other, one has to wonder, will this happen again? At number 3, Kanye West. 2021 has been a rough year for Kim and Kanye. The couple announced early this year that they were divorcing, but this was also followed up with some cheating rumors as well. For a little while there, at the beginning of the year, the internet was swarming with rumors that Kanye had cheated on his wife with YouTuber and makeup mogul Jeffree Star. Though those allegations were denied, some others have popped up saying that Kanye was allegedly actively looking to cheat on Kim. Reality TV star Claudia Jordan alleged that the rapper, quote, tried to hook up with her while still in a relationship with Kim. During an appearance on a talk show, Claudia said, quote, he tried years ago. Me and Nicki Chu were in the club. They shut the door. I met him before and you know what? I hung out with Kim as well. And because of girl code, I couldn't do it. Let's just say that, end quote. Because of this allegation, maybe there are other people out there with similar stories. Other people have claimed online to have had affairs with Kanye, but none of those have been confirmed. At number 2, Tristan Thompson. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson have certainly had their ups and downs in their very difficult relationship. Cheating was apparently always apparent in their relationship since it was believed that Tristan was cheating on his ex with Khloe when they first got together, so the infidelity in their relationship was apparent from the get-go. Things were seemingly going well for them in the beginning, with Khloe and Tristan even welcoming a new baby together, but in April 2018, just shortly before their daughter True was born, photos of Tristan appearing to cheat were leaked, and TMZ leaked footage from 2017 showing Tristan kissing other women at a club. This was a huge deal, especially as this all came out around the birth of their daughter and tensions were sky high. Things died down after a couple weeks as they turned their focus towards their new baby, but later in 2019, more cheating allegations came out detailing how he had been caught cheating on Khloe again, this time with their longtime family friend Jordan Woods. This was supposedly the nail in their relationship's coffin, but now in 2021, there have been reports saying that Khloe and Tristan are back together. There's rumor that the couple have reconciled and are apparently engaged to be married. Khloe has been spotted with a pretty big rock on her finger, so hopefully this means that the infidelity is done with. But unfortunately, you never really know. And finally, at number 1, Mike Cosson. After their 2016 cheating scandal and years of trying to make their marriage work, football player Mike Costin and his wife, singer and actress Jana Kramer, have called it quits on their marriage. Jana took to her social media in late April to announce their split, saying, quote, "It's time. As I try to make sense of a reality I never wanted to believe could be possible again, those words have now become a reality. I fought, y'all. I loved hard, I've forgiven, I put the work in, I've given everything I have, and now I have nothing else to give," end quote. Jana also cited, quote, "inappropriate marital conduct, irreconcilable differences, and adultery" as reasons for their divorce. The pair briefly split up in 2016 following a cheating scandal where Mike's infidelity and sex addiction were brought to light, and though they reconciled shortly after that scandal, it seems as though they weren't able to make things work long term.
Number 10. Will Smith and Margot Robbie. In 2013, Star magazine published a bombshell allegation that Will Smith was caught cheating with his co-star Margot Robbie when they worked together on the movie Focus. The report actually claimed that in photo booth pictures that they found and published on their cover, Will appeared to be shirtless and Margot lifted up her own shirt to reveal her lingerie. The magazine also claimed that after they pulled the curtain back to take the pictures, they were getting very touchy-feely with each other in the dark. The scandal was massive at the time because Will is married to Jada Pinkett Smith, and back then they had yet to admit to having an open relationship. But the rumors soon died down as E! News revealed that the pictures were commissioned by production and that the entire cast and crew saw them being taken. It also came out that Will and Margot are absolutely just friends and there was nothing else going on between them. Even Margot was quick to deny everything on Twitter, quote, "There's absolutely no truth to the ridiculous rumor. It's disappointing that goofing around on set could be taken so out of context." Well, people do tend to jump to conclusions. Number 9. Dominic West and Lily James. The actors were at the height of scandal when they were photographed getting cozy in Rome, all while filming their new series of Pursuit of Love in 2020. The pictures show the stars kissing, sitting at a cafe, standing on the Spanish steps, and riding tandem on a scooter, looking very much to be on a date. Although Lily was single at the time, Dominic has been married to Catherine Fitzgerald for 10 years, and they have 4 children together. A source told The Sun that when Catherine saw the pictures, she was devastated and tried to get a hold of her husband, but he wasn't answering his phone. She was reportedly shocked by the whole thing because she didn't realize anything was going on. But only a few days later, there was a photo taken out the front of the couple's home with a note saying, "Our marriage is strong and we're very much still together. Thank you." Since the incident, James has kept quiet and cancelled various interviews to promote her latest film Rebecca, which is probably a good decision considering the fact that both parties have not yet publicly talked about their affair since it occurred. Number 8. Chad Michael Murray and Paris Hilton. In 2003, Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush fell in love while filming the TV series One Tree Hill. 2 years later, they were married. However, they separated just 5 months later when rumors swirled that Chad had cheated on his wife with Paris Hilton, his co-star on the film House of Wax. During the time he and Paris both worked on the horror film together, they reportedly had an affair, according to Backstreet Boy Nick Carter, who was dating Paris at the time. But after separating, Chad and Sophia still had to keep working together for another 3 years on One Tree Hill. If that's not awkward, I don't know what is. It wasn't until 2011 that the actor decided to rethink the way in which he was living his whole life. Quote, "When you're young and you're thrown into something that I was definitely not ready for, I'm human and I screw up." But his ex-wife definitely took the whole affair much harder, and it's clear that his actions really affected her in the long term. In 2017, she wrote in Cosmopolitan that the scandal was a massive event in her life and the trauma of it was amplified by how public it became. She has also said that she feels the marriage was a joke and it did nothing but reduce her to a Hollywood statistic. Ouch. Number 7. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Jen and Brad got married in 2000 in a lavish Malibu wedding and things were perfect for the Hollywood it couple until they suddenly announced their divorce in 2005. What happened exactly? Well, long story short is, Brad met Angelina for the first time on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the rest is history. Apparently the movie was filled with so much romantic tension, it was impossible for the two stars not to fall for each other. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is probably the sexiest spy movie to ever exist, so it's easy to see how everything went down. But the problem was that Brad was still married to Jen. But he didn't let that stop him, and they allegedly still got together despite his marriage. To add insult to injury, he said about his his marriage to Jen, quote, "I was trying to pretend the marriage was something that it wasn't. I'm satisfied with making true choices and finding the woman I love, Angie, and building a family that I love so much." That sounds pretty harsh, but it turned out that Brad and Angelina's relationship wasn't just a fling, and they actually went on to date for many years and had a large family before finally getting married in 2014. The love triangle was one of the biggest celebrity scandals of the early 2000s, and it still dominates the tabloids to this day. Number 6. Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. The actress and writer Carrie Fisher was never one to hold back when she had something to say, and in 2016 she shared a fascinating piece of history in her own memoir called The Princess Diarist. According to Carrie, she had a brief but very intense affair with her Star Wars co-star Harrison Ford while they were filming the movie in 1976. But what's really quite troubling is that People magazine reported that she was just 19 years old when the 3-month affair took place, while Harrison was 36 years old and married to his wife of 15 years, Mary Marquardt. To make matters worse, the couple also shared 2 kids together. In terms of sneaking around, Carrie actually said, quote, "It was Han and Leia during the week and Carrie and Harrison during the weekend." She also explained to The Guardian that the affair between them had eventually come down to unreciprocated love. She said that she'll always feel something for him. The Star Wars actress was so young at the time that they got together, and although she must have known it was wrong, it's hard to say that the blame rests completely on her. What's even sadder is that after Carrie died in 2016, Harrison never fully confessed to the affair, probably more out of shame for cheating on his wife. Number 5. Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The co-stars brought their on-screen romance into the real world after working together on the FX series Fargo. The pair appeared on season 3 of the anthology crime drama, which debuted in April of 2017. Only a month later, the actress announced on social media that she had split from her husband of 7 years, Riley Stearns. Following her separation, Winstead was spotted on a date, hooking up with McGregor in London, and cheating rumors were flying because although she was single, he was very much not. The train-spotting actor was still married to Eve Mavrakis at the time, with whom he shares 4 children. After the Emmy winner was spotted getting cozy with Winstead, fans began to wonder about the status of his marriage, but it wasn't until January of 2018 that his now ex-wife filed for divorce. But while the two managed to keep their romance relatively private, their relationship raised eyebrows even among their family members. In fact, in August of 2018, McGregor's daughter Clara had some strong feelings on the new relationship at the time. She took to Instagram to comment on a Mary Elizabeth Winstead fan page, quote, "Most beautiful and talented woman on earth? Oh man, y'all are delusional. This girl is a piece of trash." Wow. Number 4. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Although it's been over for decades, Nicole Kidman's marriage to Tom Cruise is still one of Hollywood's most talked about relationships. Cruise met Nicole Kidman on the set of the movie Days of Thunder, and the pair were instantly smitten with one another, and they soon started engaging in a torrid love affair. But at the time of meeting, you guessed it, the Top Gun actor was still married to Mimi Rogers, whom he wed in 1987. As it became clear that the affair was more than just a simple fling, Tom divorced his first wife in February of 1990, and less than 1 year later, he exchanged vows with Nicole in December of 1990. They even adopted 2 children, Isabella Jane and Connor Anthony, and eventually went on to make 2 more movies together as a couple. But as we all know, their marriage was far from perfect, and they ended up splitting a decade later in 2001. Looking back on the divorce, Nicole said, quote, "It took me a very long time to heal. It was a shock to my system. We were in a bubble, just the 2 of us. We became very dependent on one another." Number 3. Billy Crudup and Claire Danes. The massive scandal started in late 2003. Billy and his girlfriend of 8 years, Mary Louise Parker, who at the time was about 7 months pregnant with his son, broke up. The New York Post reported that the actor had moved on with his stage beauty co-star Claire Danes, who was only 24 at the time. In the summer of that year, the former co-stars had been spotted getting cozy all over New York City, and even had a very cute looking courtside date filled with PDA. But Billy wasn't the only cheater in that situation, as Claire also ended up breaking the heart of her longtime boyfriend Ben Lee to be with the actor. Their love affair didn't last long, however, and it's clear that all the heartbreak wasn't even worth it, because they ended up splitting up just 3 years later. Naturally, the ultra-private couple didn't discuss the reason behind their breakup, but the tabloids were happy to do so for them. Several magazines even claimed that Danes had left Billy for Hugh Dancy, but we'll never really know what happened. Years later, Claire said, quote, "I was just in love with him and needed to explore that. I was 24, I didn't quite know what those consequences would be. Number 2. Morena Baccarin and Ben McKenzie. The Homeland actress furiously denied rumors that she had been cheating on her husband at the time, Austin Chick. But when she got pregnant by her Gotham co-star Ben McKenzie, there was very little she could do to cover it up. And just like that, the cheating rumors were confirmed. Although the actress tried to shut down the allegations, according to a TMZ report, the divorce papers filed in 2015 by Austin show that he claimed that he was still sharing a bed with Morena when she conceived Mackenzie's baby. She did get a happy ending though, and eventually gave birth to Mackenzie's daughter Frances in March of 2016, just 2 weeks before her divorce from Austin was finalized, and went on to marry Mackenzie in June the following year. But did she at least feel a little bad for sleeping with her co-star while she was married? Well, not really. In fact, she told People magazine that working with him on Gotham was wonderful. Quote, "Ben's the sweetest. It's very nice to work with your significant other, especially when you're pregnant, because you know you'll get some extra TLC and get taken care of." I mean, yeah, I guess that sounds nice if you can ignore the question of how they met. Number 1. John Malkovich and Michelle Pfeiffer. The legendary actor John Malkovich caused intense scandal both on and off the screen when it came to filming 1998's Dangerous Liaisons with his co-star Michelle Pfeiffer. At the time, the actor had been married to actress Glenn Headley for 6 years, but that completely fell apart in the midst of his affair with Michelle. Interestingly enough, even the film's director, Stephen Frears, said, quote, "Dangerous Liaisons is about betrayal and lies and relationships unraveling. It was one of those times where reality and art intersect. It was overwhelming to John. Even for a man who delights in bad behavior, that was a difficult time." Not to mention the fact that John's older brother, Danny, told Entertainment Weekly in 1993 that when the actor came home with Michelle, that was the happiest that he had ever seen him. But even though John and his ex-wife got divorced in 1988, the affair didn't last long either, and they reportedly broke up not long after. But apparently Malkovich took the breakup very hard and reportedly cried for a whole year. The two of them must have really had something special, because he told The Guardian in 2008, quote, "It's hard to believe Michelle Pfeiffer ever said hello to me." I mean, if you can forget about the fact that he cheated on his wife, it's still romantic the way he talks about Michelle.
Kicking off our list is Arnold Schwarzenegger. A bombshell was dropped when Arnold and his ex-wife announced their separation after 25 years back in 2011. But the most shocking thing was actually the reason why, and it was revealed that Arnold had an affair with their housekeeper, Mildred Patricia Benea. But it wasn't just a one-time thing. He was actually having a relationship with her outside of his marriage, to a point where they even had a secret child together in 1997. It literally sounds like a movie plot, I'm not gonna lie, like having a secret child with someone else when you're married. The only good news of this whole situation is that Arnold was able to keep a healthy relationship with his son Joseph, who, by the way, is a spitting image of him. Literally twins. Both very muscular too. Moving on to number 9 is David Letterman. He was with his wife for over 20 years and married for less than 6 months when he admitted to having an affair with different women that worked for him. The worst part is he openly admitted it on air on his live talk show, which is incredibly awkward, specifically saying that he had sex with his longtime assistant Stephanie Burkett. The scandal all started because Stephanie's boyfriend, Joe Halderman, a producer at CBS, allegedly tried to extort Letterman for $2 million in exchange for his silence. So Letterman just took it into his own hands and decided to announce it on his show so that the truth would be known and he didn't have to pay anyone to keep his mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? But he and his wife are still together regardless of what happened, and he recently said that they are happier than ever. So cruising into number 8, we have Jay-Z. When Beyonce released her song Lemonade, she gave light on her marriage to Jay-Z. There was so much speculation on who Becky with the good hair was that it turned into a popular meme. The two of them remained quiet on the subject for a while until Jay-Z released a new album which was full of apologies to Beyonce and their daughter Blue. He eventually came clean during an interview and said that he had cheated, and explains that they were able to work through it for the sake of their daughter. And they seem to be going strong. So Signing at number 7 is Kris Jenner. I cover a lot of celebrity drama across our channels, and I'm not gonna lie, I never knew about this one. This one came as a complete shock to me when I was researching. Kris wrote a memoir in 2011, and in it she admitted to having an affair with her first husband, Rob Kardashian. Her memoir, titled Kris Jenner and All Things Kardashian, dished all the details where she revealed that she had an affair with a false name that she called Ryan. But her friend, Todd Waterman, later admitted during an interview that Ryan was actually him. When Kris was asked about this whole thing during an interview, she just strongly stated that her only regret in life was divorcing Rob Kardashian, who, if you don't know, did pass away. Swiping the number 6 spot is Kevin Hart. His cheating scandal got hella confusing to keep up with. When allegations first came out that he was cheating on his wife, Nico Parrish, he was in full denial. But then he got put in the middle of an extortion attempt. Someone allegedly was in possession of a video of him with another woman engaging in sexual activity, and they were going to expose him if they did not receive their money. But Kevin ended up posting a video on his Instagram where he apologized despite denying everything. He captioned it, "Sending so many apologies to my wife and kids. I gotta do better and I will. I'm not perfect and never have claimed to be. I love you all." During an interview after that, he did admit to the cheating. Sadly, this is not Kevin Hart's only cheating scandal. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Jude Law. He and Sienna Miller were once one of Hollywood's it couples, but then he got exposed for cheating on her. His story hit closer to home, literally, because he cheated on Sienna with their children's nanny. The affair happened in 2006 and he admitted to cheating with her nanny Daisy Wright, which was happening on the regular. He ended up releasing a public apology to her, and Sienna spoke up about it, saying that it was a private moment where she had to get her heart broken in front of the entire world. But at the same time, had he not been exposed, she may have never found out that this was even happening. So it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, but that would frickin' suck. Oh my god, I would hate going through that in the public eye. Rolling at number 4 is Hugh Grant. Cheating is not illegal, but it is when you are doing it in a public place. The actor was arrested back in 1995 when he was caught having sex in public with a prostitute who he paid, apparently, this is details, I don't know how I know this, it was in this article. He paid $60 for her to perform oral sex on him. Just thought I should let you guys know in on exactly what happened. That was a scandal in itself, but what made it worse was that he had a girlfriend at the time. He was actually dating Elizabeth Hurley. Despite the cheating though, she did stick around with him for 5 years after that. However, they eventually broke up. She was able to move forward and make a joke about it on her show The Royals. Her character hired a male escort who called himself Huge Grant. That's the best revenge right there. In the 3rd spot is Kristen Stewart. The Twilight actress was on top of the world when dating her co-star Robert Pattinson. But then she got exposed and sent the world into a giant frenzy, just breaking a ton of Twilight fan hearts. And Rob's, of course. She was dating her Twilight love interest in real life when the paparazzi exposed her for cheating on him. In August 2011, pictures surfaced of Kristen making out with another man. But what made the scandal so spicy was that she was making out with her Snow White and the Huntsman film director, Rupert Sanders. He was 41 years old at the time and Kristen was only 22, and he was married to Liberty Ross and fathered her 2 children. Her steamy makeout pictures were just everywhere. They were all over the internet, and she didn't know what else to do but issue a public apology. However, they were not able to bounce back from this one. Making his way into number 2 is Tristan Thompson. He got busted for cheating on more than one occasion. The first time was when his girlfriend Khloe Kardashian was in the hospital about to literally physically give birth to their child. Like she was in the delivery room. Security footage leaked online showing him kissing another woman in a nightclub more than one time. Other video footage showed him going into a hotel with the same woman that he was kissing in the club. Khloe forgave him and stuck by his side, but then later down the road it was revealed that he cheated again with Kylie Jenner's best friend Jordan Woods, who was like a younger sister to Khloe. Poor Khloe. This guy sucks. Earning number 1 place is Tiger Woods. His divorce was one of the most explosive divorces in celebrity history. It was Thanksgiving in 2009 when his entire life changed because news broke that he had been cheating. It was this explosive event between him and his wife. After she found out that he was a serial cheater, she chased him out of the house with a golf club, hit him, like knocked him unconscious, and then smashed up his Escalade. Turns out he was cheating with multiple women, but one in particular, Rachel Uchtel. His wife took his phone while he was sleeping and texted Rachel pretending to be him and got all the details of the affair that she needed. He ended up doing an interview where he took full responsibility for being unfaithful. Not that it changes anything, but alright. Starting off our list at number 10 is Ashton Kutcher. Don't freak out, the actor didn't cheat on his wife and mother of his children, Mila Kunis. He actually cheated on his wife that came before her, Demi Moore. The actress was 16 years older than Ashton and had 3 teenage girls when they first got together. When they got married, he was only 25 years old. The age difference had rumors flying that there was trouble in paradise when it came to their marriage. The majority of rumors were that Ashton was cheating on Demi with multiple different women. The rumors may not have stuck, but one alleged hookup sure did when there was proof. Paparazzi captured pictures of Ashton leaving his hotel, the Roosevelt, with Sarah Leal in the car with him. After the picture surfaced, Sarah came forward with the truth, saying that they hooked up in a hot tub in September 2011 on his 6-year anniversary with Moore. During an interview with The Sun, she stated, and I quote, "We had sex twice, everything felt natural, we were having a good time, one thing led to another. He was good, it wasn't weird or perverted or creepy, I was attracted to him and he was attracted to me." She also went on to say that Ashton told her he was separated from Demi at the time when they hooked up. Needless to say, Ashton and Demi officially divorced not long after the truth came out. At number 9 is Leanne Rimes. She's known for a bit of everything, acting, singing, and she's even recognized now as an author. She is a triple threat. However, one thing she isn't very good at is being faithful to her husband. Her cheating scandal caused a lot of controversy when photos of her kissing her co-star Eddie Cibrian at a romantic dinner together. Turns out Eddie was married too. The scandal made headlines back in 2009 when the footage was leaked from a restaurant security camera. The photo snapshots show the two actors holding hands, kissing, and cuddling up next to each other. Rimes was married to Dean Shermitt since 2002, and Eddie was married to Brandy Glanville since 2001 and even had 2 kids with her. Once both of their spouses were made aware of the cheating, they both pulled the plug on their marriage. Leanne and Eddie eventually married each other in 2011. How romantic. Taking over the number 8 spot is Balthazar Getty. Most people remember this scandal because the picture went viral of the famous topless holiday cheating scandal. Back in 2008, the actor's career was in its prime when he starred in Brothers and Sisters. Not only was his career going well, but so was his marriage. He had a long-term marriage with his wife Rosetta Getty, and the two of them even had 4 children together. That was quickly ruined when he was caught having an affair with Sienna Miller. They were caught together in Italy on a vacation when topless photos of Sienna made headlines. Getty and his wife separated for 2 years after the incident, but decided to work things out. The actor and his wife opened up during an interview with People magazine and said that it actually made their marriage stronger. As for Sienna, she later dated Jude Law, who ended up cheating on her with their nanny. Karma? At number 7, we have Katharine McPhee. Her career first started in the music industry when she came in 2nd place during her season on American Idol. She later transitioned into the acting world when she landed a starring role on the television series Smash in 2012. During her time on the show, paparazzi managed to get some photos of Katharine and the director of the series, Michael Morris, kissing, which definitely wasn't part of her job description. Both of them were guilty because they were both married at the time. Michael was married to the mother of his 3 children, and Katharine had been married to a man named Nick Kokos for 5 years at that point. Her husband ended up filing for divorce, and the paperwork was finalized in 2014. Swiping the number 6 spot is Ryan Phillippe. For a long time, the actor was married to Reese Witherspoon, and they were one of Hollywood's most admired couples. They got married in 1999 and were together until 2006, where they had 2 kids together, a daughter and a son. The couple always came across as having the perfect relationship, which is why people were stunned when Ryan was photographed kissing another woman while he was still married to Reese. Photos made headlines of Ryan and the Australian beauty Abby Cornish having a public makeout session. In 2007, Ryan and Reese divorced as a result of the cheating scandal, and eventually Ryan spoke openly on his romance with his mistress. The two of them continued to be in a relationship together until 2010. Halfway through the list at number 5 is Elizabeth Taylor. The actress was part of a huge Hollywood scandal all the way back in 1962. It was one of the most scandalous and iconic headlines made during the time. Paparazzi caught Elizabeth spending some romantic time with Richard Bertman on a private yacht. The first photo appeared in June of 1962 and people were shocked seeing as both of them had been married at the time. Elizabeth was married to her fourth husband at the time, Eddie Fisher, and Richard was married to his first wife, Sibel Williams. Once the pictures were out, the two of them left their marriages to be together. They became an iconic couple in Hollywood and got married only 1 year after the scandal on March 15, 1964. Their love story was legendary, but for all the wrong reasons. Here we are at number 4 with Hugh Grant. Even with photographic evidence, some actors are able to weasel their way out of the wrongdoings. But Hugh's photographs are not the typical kissing photo like anyone else on this list. Not only was he publicly outed for cheating on his girlfriend in 1995, he was also arrested because he had solicited an escort. His cheating scandal pictures, his mugshot, and hers. There is no way you're possibly talking yourself out of this one. Back then, Hugh Grant and his girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley were one of Hollywood's power couples, or so everyone thought. During the scandal, fans were shocked that Elizabeth actually stood by her man's side. It didn't last very long though, the damage had already been done and they split not too long after. Taking the number 3 spot is Kristen Stewart. Her scandal broke the hearts of many Twilight fans. She began dating her co-star and movie boyfriend Robert Pattinson while filming the Twilight series of movies. Fans were obsessed with their love story since they got to see it in the movies and also in real life. She ruined their love story when she was caught cheating with her Snow White and the Huntsman director Rupert Sanders. The paparazzi leaked the photos in 2012, which showed the two of them making out in a car and snuggling up together on a deserted hike. Not only was Kristen in a relationship, but so was Rupert. He was married to Liberty Ross and also had kids with her. Robert, Liberty, and fans were all heartbroken by the shocking scandal. Kristen issued a statement saying, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob." The two of them split not long after, and Rupert's wife filed for divorce the following year. Alright guys, at number 2 we have Marlon Wayans, the actor who made big waves in the acting industry when he starred in White Chicks back in 2004, one of my favorite movies to this day. However, I am not too pleased with the actor after learning about his cheating scandal. The scandal happened in 2012 when he had been dating his girlfriend and mother of his 2 children, Angelica Zachary, for 12 years. Pictures made headlines that showed Marlon kissing and caressing a mystery brunette on a private yacht in St. Barths. Some people were shocked while others stated that he's always had some commitment issues. During an interview with Wendy Williams before the scandal took place, he revealed that he and Angelica don't even live together, even though they have kids together. When asked why, he said, "I like to keep it fresh. When you live together, that's when the sweatpants and the cream on the face comes out and it kind of says you're not going to get some." How did he possibly explain this to his kids? He later admitted that once his kids found out about the cheating, they physically lashed out at him. Angelica decided to stick it out with him, but they ended up getting a divorce in 2013. Taking the number 1 spot is Kevin Hart. This one cut deep for me because he's one of my favorite comedians, so it's hard not losing any respect for him. Not only was Kevin married at the time of his cheating scandal, but his wife was actually pregnant. He was on a trip in Las Vegas when camera footage broke the internet showing the actor getting up close and personal with an exotic dancer. The footage was taken from a Vegas nightclub surveillance video. Once the footage was out there, Kevin came forward in a shocking Instagram video where he confessed his affair to his millions of followers to try and stop the mistress from trying to get money from him in exchange for her silence. At the time all of this was going on, his second wife was in her 3rd trimester of pregnancy. Turns out his wife was actually the mistress that broke up Kevin's first marriage, so their story is kind of a mess altogether. Kevin continued to publicly own up to his actions and apologize for his mistakes, which his wife actually forgave him for.
Number 10. Liam Payne. The former One Direction member was engaged to Maya Henry in the summer of 2020. Their romance began in 2019 when the pair was pictured together at a series of public events, and they announced their engagement the following year, and Liam proposed with a $4 million ring. But Maya first indicated there was trouble in their relationship after a fan went on Instagram and posted a slideshow of Liam hugging and kissing a mysterious brunette. The fan tagged Maya in the post, which prompted her to go off in the comments section. She wrote, "Please stop sending me these pictures of my fiance wrapped around another woman. This is not me, and it's hard enough knowing this happened without seeing it." Scandal erupted online as Liam began receiving tons of backlash for his alleged infidelity, which he adamantly denied, insisting that they weren't together at the time. Either way, the young couple eventually broke up for good that same year. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9. Adam Levine. The Maroon 5 frontman has been married to his Victoria's Secret supermodel wife Bahati Prinsloo for almost a decade, and the couple have 2 children together, and another one on the way. But all that came crashing down when an Instagram model named Summer Stroh went on TikTok and posted a video called "Having an Affair with a Man Who's Married to a Victoria's Secret Model," which was basically a whole video confessing that they had been in a relationship with Adam Levine for a whole year. She has also come through with a whopping amount of evidence and posted a series of DMs that Adam sent her on Instagram. To make matters worse, several months after their affair, Adam DM'd Sumner out of the blue asking if she would be okay with him naming his new baby after her. This news was perhaps one of the biggest cheating scandals of the year, and so far another 4 women have come out claiming to have been involved with the singer at one point in time. Number 8. Ned Fulmer. The internet went crazy when a video started circulating on social media of Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys kissing his employee Alex Herring at a New York City bar. Alex is actually one of the most well-known employees of the company, and over the years she's been featured in many videos. But if that wasn't bad enough, she was engaged to her fiance Will Thayer at the time, and the couple had been together for 11 years. The scandal was insane. Fans were beyond shocked that certified wife guy Ned was even capable of cheating on his beautiful wife Ariel Fulmer. He was known as a super devoted husband who loved to gush over his wife in almost every video, so he really betrayed the audience as well as his own family. As a result, he was swiftly fired from the Try Guys, and he had to put out a statement owning up to the affair, admitting to having a consensual workplace relationship. Number 7. Gerard Piqué. In early June, Barcelona and Spain football star Gerard Piqué's high-profile marriage to Colombian star Shakira allegedly ended due to his unfaithfulness. A few days later, Shakira and Piqué confirmed that they had in fact called it quits. According to Spanish newspaper Marca, the other woman was 23-year-old Clara Chia, who was dating one of his friends at the time. Piqué was allegedly smitten the first time he saw her, and they exchanged phone numbers and started dating in secret. Now, new details have emerged that he may have been cheating on Shakira as far back as 2012 with Israeli supermodel Bar Refaeli, who also happens to be Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend. The affair was exposed when Shakira found messages detailing their intimate encounters. When she was asked about Piqué being linked to another woman, she told Elle magazine, "I can only say that I put everything I had into this relationship and my family," and pointed out that although she chose her marriage over her career, sadly it still didn't work out. Number 6. Jason Derulo. Nearly 1 year after Jason Derulo and Jenna Frooms broke off their relationship, she exposed him for cheating on her throughout their relationship. When her comment section filled up with people accusing her of sleeping around, Jenna took to Instagram to correct the narrative, saying, "It's unfortunate my situation didn't work out because we once did aspire to be married, but maybe it's best to be single than be in a relationship and constantly be disrespected and cheated on and lied to. No one aspires to be a single mom, but if your non-negotiables are being tested, you'll never find peace in that relationship." The 28-year-old insinuated that Jason had a whole roster of women during the time they were together. She said, "If a man wants a different girl every week over his family, I'll never accept that. We will never be able to make it work happily. I was straight up told that I should turn the other cheek. I'll never be okay with sharing a lover that I love with all my heart. If the streets come first, I can't change that." Number 5. Ime Udoka. Actress Nia Long had been in a relationship with Celtics coach Ime Udoka for well over a decade, and the two share a 10-year-old son. Just 2 weeks before they planned to move their family to Boston, where they were house hunting, Nia learned about his betrayal. It turns out her fiance was having an affair with a married front office staffer. It was Ime who reportedly came clean to the actress about the affair because news of his infidelity was about to be made public. On September the 22nd, the Boston Celtics announced that the coach had been suspended for the 2022 to 2023 season for violating team rules. Nia then released a statement addressing her heartbreak, saying, "The outpouring of love and support from family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me." Ime also released a statement saying, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am so sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision." Number 4. Sebastian Bear McLeod. Early this month, Emily Ratajkowski filed for divorce from film producer husband Sebastian in Manhattan Supreme Court after 4 years of marriage. Back in July, a source close to the model confirmed that the couple had broken up because of his infidelity. Quote, "He cheated. He's a serial cheater. It's gross. He's a dog." Although Emily hasn't spoken out directly about her personal life, she has removed both her engagement ring and wedding band and has been photographed without the jewelry for at least 3 weeks. She chose not to trash Sebastian publicly, but instead subtly confirmed the rumors by liking several tweets, including one that said, "Emrata finally free from that man just proves that God is actually very real," and "I can't believe that little B cheated on Emrata." In truth, everyone was especially surprised that Emily got cheated on, given her insane beauty and supermodel status. Pretty soon the internet flooded with women in despair saying things like, well, if Emily Ratajkowski got cheated on, then no one is safe. Number 3. Neo. In early August, Crystal Renee Smith filed for divorce from Neo after 6 years of marriage, alleging that he had not only fathered a child with another woman, but had been cheating on her for 8 years with multiple women. She exposed him on Instagram, saying, "8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist." Neo responded on Twitter writing, "For the sake of our children, my family and I will work through our challenges behind closed doors." But the worst part was that Crystal discovered the truth just 3 months after she and her husband had renewed their wedding vows. The betrayal that she would have felt is immeasurable, particularly because in her case, the cheating had been going on for such a long period of time before she ever found out. Number 2. Matthew Morrison. In late May, it was reported that the Glee star got kicked off season 17 of So You Think You Can Dance because he developed an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. Matthew has been married to Renee Puente since 2014, but he still decided to pursue a female contestant on the show, who has not been named, and sent her flirty DMs on Instagram. A US weekly source claimed that the messages contained sexual innuendos and were flirty to the extent that he was overstepping boundaries. Eventually, the contestant felt so uncomfortable with his line of comments that she went to producers, who then got Fox Studios involved. After they did an internal investigation, Matthew was fired on the spot. The following week, the father of two tried to recover his reputation and took to Instagram insisting that he only asked the contestant for her phone number to help her get a job as a choreographer on a different show. Yeah, I don't think anyone was buying that. And coming in at number 1, Monty Lopez. During an interview with Page 6 in early July, influencer Renee Ash claimed that she had a 5-month affair with Addison Rae's father, Monty Lopez, after he misled and lied to her about the state of his marriage with Sherry Nicole Easterling. She said, "He told me that we were gonna be together and have babies together. I thought we had something real. He told me a story of his marriage that convinced me that they were apart and in the process of getting a divorce." The 25-year-old said that she dumped Monty in early July after several other women told her that he had hit on them in person and on social media. She said, "I loved him and I believed him. When I found out about the other young girls, my heart broke. The creepy part is that Renee is just 4 years older than Addison and Monty is 46. What's even crazier is that the affair led his wife to hook up with the rapper Young Gravy, much to everyone's surprise. But the only person who must be truly embarrassed about all this is Addison Rae.
Starting off our list number 10 is Jude Law. His affair was one of the biggest ones in Hollywood history because of how heavily documented it was. Honestly, it was all the media was talking about at one point in time. He got engaged to Sienna Miller back in 2004, and they honestly seemed like a match made in heaven. But it wasn't long before a cheating scandal surfaced in 2006 and revealed that Jude had been cheating with their nanny. It was the nanny, Daisy Wright, who came out and shared the details of their little entanglement. Jude did not deny it to the press. He actually came clean about the affair and released a public apology to Sienna, saying that he is ashamed and deeply regrets it. Sienna broke off the relationship immediately, but then they tried to rekindle it. It wasn't actually until 2011 that they officially called it quits. Bless her heart for trying to still make it right after that. In spot number 9, we have Ben Affleck. Now, this one is still up for debate, and it always has been, so it will just depend on whose side of the story you actually believe. I will leave that up to you. The actor was once married to Jennifer Garner, and rumors started spreading rapidly that he had cheated on her with their nanny, Christine. Sources claim that they spotted him with the nanny after his split with Jennifer, and that it was revealed that they had been having inappropriate meetings while they were actually together. At the time, Ben refused to comment on the claims, but his rep did. His rep called the allegations complete garbage. As for the nanny, she was legally not allowed to speak on her relationship with Ben and Jennifer, but neither of them continued to use her as a nanny even after they went their separate ways. Cruising into number 8 is Gavin Rossdale. It was an unhappy ending for his marriage with Gwen Stefani. The two of them were married for 13 years before it ended because of adultery. Turns out Gavin was cheating on Gwen right under her nose for 3 years with the family's long-term nanny, Mindy Mann. She was their nanny for a very long time and took care of their 3 sons. Gwen actually uncovered discovered the affair was happening through explicit texts between the two of them, including nude photos of Mindy and plans to meet up for a hookup. She didn't actually find the messages by snooping through his phone. Another nanny discovered them through the family iPad, which was linked to Gavin's phone, and then she told Gwen. Mindy was immediately fired, obviously, and even though Gavin initially said it was all just flirting and that an affair never actually happened, it wasn't until months later that he fully admitted it, and Gwen ended the marriage. Rightfully so. Up next, number 7, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger. Another nanny cheating scandal affair that flooded media outlets and was very heavily documented because the story was so shocking. It's still shocking. The world was in complete shock when finding out that he had a secret son no one knew about for 20 years. He was married to Maria Shriver at the time of the affair and had 4 children together. He had an affair in 1996 with their nanny, Mildred Baena. It allegedly happened while the family was on vacation, and then he stayed behind to shoot a movie. Once Mildred got pregnant and had her son, Arnold thought it belonged to her husband until he got older and realized that the son started to look a lot like he did. Once he confirmed that he was the father, he began to financially support him, and once Maria found out, she ended the marriage. Arnold says that he has spent a lot of time with his son Joseph over the years and that they have been getting closer, even working out together. Coming up next at number 6 is Stephen Belafonte. This one is a lot to unravel. I was actually reading through all the articles on this, and my god, it was the messiest divorce like in history. No joke. Stephen and his ex-wife Mel B, the former Spice Girl, hired a nanny named Lorraine Gills who was in her 20s throughout their working relationship. But Mel B started to claim that Stephen was having an affair with Lorraine, and that is when things just got very messy. Stephen and Lorraine then came forward and said that the 3 of them were in a sexual relationship together and that no affair was ever going on. But then Mel went as far as claiming that her husband actually got Lorraine pregnant during the affair and then paid her $240,000 to have an abortion. They were all in this massive legal battle for years, and Lorraine actually sued Mel B for defamation based on these claims. Mel ended up having to pay her $1.8 million, and Stephen and Lorraine still remain friends to this day. That is a messy situation. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Ethan Hawke. Back in 2003, reports revealed that Ethan and Uma Thurman were ending their marriage and that their nanny, Ryan Shaw Hughes, was the reason for it. At the time, Ethan heavily denied it, but then he went on to date Ryan and then later marry her in 2008. And yes, they are still together to this day, so I will save you the time from going and Googling it. This might be the one time that they actually went on to be with the nanny forever. But Ethan has always stuck to his guns, saying that they did not fall in love with each other until after he ended things with Uma Thurman. He defended himself and said, "I know a lot of people imagine some kind of Sound of Music type love affair, but the truth is, by the time Ryan and I were falling in love, it had been a long while since I had employed her." I don't buy it. But hey, maybe you do. Who really knows the truth? Let me know in the comments if you believe it or not. Rolling into spot number 4, we have The Dream. 2010 was a crazy year for him and his wife, Christina Milan. He filed for divorce in February, which came as a total shock to Christina, as she was just 9 days away from giving birth to their daughter. What a gentleman. She asked the court to throw out the divorce papers though, claiming that he was lying about the status of their relationship and also said that he had cheated on her. Turns out she wasn't wrong about the whole cheating claims. Photos leaked and showed The Dream cheating on her with his own personal assistant, Melissa Marie. Images showed them frolicking and just getting real touchy with each other in the Caribbean. When Christina was asked about the cheating scandal, she said, "I didn't know anything, but looking back, my gut was telling me something was off, but I thought I could fix it." Good news is she went on to be a great mother and said motherhood has made her feel sexier than she ever has before. You go, girl. Coming in hot at number 3, we have Mick Jagger. This one has been a big debate ever since the news broke because the cheating allegations came straight from the nanny. Some people believed her story while others just thought that she had different motives. So let me know what you guys think. Back in 2002, nanny Claire Houseman alleged she had a sexual relationship with Mick Jagger. She spoke with the Daily Mirror at the time and went into details about the time that they hooked up, claiming that it happened in the kitchen, which was just 30 feet away from the bedroom that he stayed in with his wife, Jerry Hall. She even went as far as saying that she had Mick in the morning and then he had his afternoon delight in the afternoon with his wife on the same day. Not a good look for Mick, obviously, that's for sure, and not her. either. But Claire was firm on the fact that she had no regrets to this hookup, but admitted that she did feel bad for Jerry at the time. How kind of you to feel bad for me, even though you're banging my husband. Thanks so much. Rolling into the number 2 spot, we have John Gosselin. You would probably know him better as John from John and Kate +8, the family with 8 children who got their own reality show and won the hearts of millions of people. It was a fun show. It was kind of weird. But their family life got complicated back in 2009 when a babysitter named Stephanie Santoro opened up to the tabloids about her alleged affair with John. We aren't talking about him cheating on Kate though. This was at the time that he was with his girlfriend, Haley Glassman. He swore that he never cheated and that he was always very faithful to Haley, but Stephanie begged to differ. She claimed that he cheated on multiple occasions and that it all started when he invited her to his place to hang out in the hot tub one night. Haley and John eventually broke up, and his mom even admitted to the press that he did not see Haley as the person he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. So that kind of added to the cheating rumors. Winning our number 1 spot is Bill Clinton. I mean, there's really no way that this one would cause a ton of controversy. Former President Bill Clinton was caught in a massive sex scandal that led to his impeachment in 1998. He had an affair on his wife Hillary Clinton with a White House intern. He spoke about it all these years later in 2020 when he did an interview for Hillary, the documentary series. He actually took full responsibility in the documentary and said, "Nobody sits down and thinks, I think I'll take a really irresponsible risk. It's bad for my family, bad for my country, bad for the people who work with me." He also went on to explain that the affair was something he used to manage his anxieties, which obviously had people on Twitter just losing their minds. As for Hillary, she did remain by his side through the affair, and even though they are still together to this day, she said it was a very devastating time for her.
Number 10, John Mulaney. In early September, amid questions about the timeline of John Mulaney's romance with Olivia Munn, the comedian's ex-wife Anna Marie Tendler reportedly knew he was doing things with other women before he went to rehab, and before they ended their marriage in late 2020. It wasn't entirely clear when his relationship with Olivia started, but it appeared that John was going to great lengths to dispute the idea that he cheated. Anne-Marie divorced from the comedian after 6 years of marriage. In a statement at the time, the artist said, "I am heartbroken that John has decided to end our marriage. I wish him support and success as he continues his recovery." 1 week later, news broke that Mulaney had started dating actress Olivia Munn, and less than 2 months later, it was confirmed that Munn was pregnant with her and Mulaney's first child. Whether or not there was any overlap between the two women is still very uncertain.
If you're loving this video so far, please hit the like button. It would really help us out. At number 9, we have Kevin Hart. In 2017, Kevin Hart hit headlines when it was said he cheated on his wife, Parrish Hart, who was 8 months pregnant at the time with model Montina Savage. During a Las Vegas trip, a video was made and used in an attempt to extort the comedian. However, instead of playing the blackmailer, Hart ultimately decided to admit to his indiscretions and made a public apology to his wife. While Montina claimed that Hart was just as much as a victim as she was to the leaked video, she said that Hart and his friend JT Jackson initially set up the encounter and hid the camera from her, causing her to sue Hart for $60 million. Luckily for Hart, the lawsuit was however thrown out May that year due to it being filed in the wrong venue. Luckily for Hart, Parrish is a firm believer of second chances, and the two were able to repair the relationship. Both recently welcomed their second child and have since stayed out of the public eye with any more scandals.
Number 8, Matthew Morrison. In late May, it was reported that the Glee star got kicked off season 17 of So You Think You Can Dance because he developed an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. Matthew has been married to Renee Puente since 2014, but he still decided to pursue a female contestant on the show, who has not been named, and sent her flirty DMs on Instagram. A US Weekly source claimed that the messages contained sexual innuendos and were flirty to the extent that he was overstepping boundaries. Eventually, the contestant felt so uncomfortable with his line of comments that she went right to producers, who then got Fox Studios involved. After they did an internal investigation, Matthew was fired on the spot. The following week, the father of two tried to recover his reputation and took to Instagram insisting that he only asked the contestant for her telephone number to help her get a job as a choreographer on a different show. Yeah, I don't know if anyone is buying that.
We have Tiger Woods. Considered one of the best golfers of all time, Tiger Woods was the greatest ambassador to the game of golf. Until a scandal in 2009 forever shattered his golden boy image forever. In 2009, the tabloids reported that Woods had cheated on his wife, Ellen Norwegian, with nightclub manager Rachel Uchel. Shortly after a car crash, Tiger made a statement to the press saying he was unfaithful and had affairs and cheated on his wife. He said, "I hurt my wife, my kids, my mother, my wife's family, my friends, my foundation, and kids all around the world who admired me." But the drama didn't end there. Since Rachel started coming forward with text messages and voicemails, several other women came forward with their own stories about the intimate encounters with the famous golfer, causing Tiger to confess to having intimate relationships with as many as 120 other women while with his wife. Shortly after his interview, the press went radio silent and he and Ellen tried to repair the relationship. However, the couple ultimately decided to file for divorce on July 3rd, 2010, finalizing their divorce by August 23rd, 2010.
Number 6. Adam Levine. The Maroon 5 frontman has been married to his Victoria's Secret supermodel wife Bahati Prinsloo for almost a decade, and the couple have 2 children together and another one on the way. But that all came crashing down when an Instagram model named Summer Stroh went on TikTok and posted a video called "Having an Affair with a Man Who's Married to a Victoria's Secret Supermodel," which was basically a whole video confessing that they had been in a relationship with Adam Levine for a whole year. She has also come through with a whopping amount of evidence and posted a series of DMs that Adam sent her on Instagram. To make matters much worse, several months after their affair, Adam DM'd Summer out of the blue asking if she would be okay with him naming his new baby after her. The news was perhaps one of the biggest cheating scandals of the year, and so far another 4 women have come out claiming to have been involved with the singer at one point or another.
At number 5, we have Ben Affleck. Married to Jennifer Gardner for 10 years, Bennifer was one of the biggest celebrity couples known today. However, in July of 2015, rumors started to surface that Ben Affleck cheated on Jennifer with the nanny of the couple's 3 children, Christine Uizenen. With Christine only working a couple of months as the couple's nanny at first, Ben tried to deny the allegations by claiming it was just a pile of hot garbage. According to inside sources though, Christine and Ben's affair began in spring of 2015, shortly after she was hired. And what started as a friendship quickly developed into an intimate relationship. It was also said that Christine accompanied Affleck and his 3 kids to the Bahamas in June before Gardner flew down separately. While in the Bahamas, the power couple announced their divorce on June 30th. Shortly after, a photo of Christine and Ben kissing emerged, sending the media into frenzy. The couple's divorce was finalized in October of 2018, and the couple has since moved on and seem to be doing well.
Number 4. Ned Fulmer. The internet went crazy when a video started circulating on social media of Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys kissing his employee Alex Herring at a New York City bar. Alex is actually one of the most well-known employees of the company, and over the years she's been featured in a ton of videos. But if that wasn't bad enough, she was engaged to her fiance Will Thayer at the time, and the couple had been together for 11 years. This scandal was insane. Fans were beyond shocked that certified wife guy Ned was even capable of cheating on his beautiful wife Ariel Fulmer. He was known as a super devoted husband who loved to gush over his wife in almost every video, so he really betrayed the audience as well as his own family. As a result, he was swiftly fired from the Try Guys, and he had to put out a statement owning up to the affair, admitting to having a consensual workplace relationship as he called it.
Number 3, we have Brad Pitt. Before there was Brad and Angelina, the world knew Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. On July 29th of 2005, Brad and Jennifer tied the knot. However, when Brad was filming Mr. and Miss Smith with Angelina Jolie back in 2003, it's no secret that the two had undeniable chemistry. As the film hit cinemas in January of 2004, rumors started to circulate around Hollywood that the 2 stars were having an affair while on set. And by January of 2005, Jennifer and Brad came out saying after years of being together, they were now calling it quits. Jennifer felt like her whole world was crashing and she believed she lost the love of her life. And in 2011, Brad claimed that while he was married to Aniston, he felt like his life wasn't interesting, and ultimately that's what led to the affair. Since their divorce, Angelina and Brad have now gotten divorced, and Brad has started to rekindle his friendship with Aniston. So, do you guys think this past power couple will get back together, or are they just gonna be friends?
Number 2, Ime Udoka. Actress Nia Long had been in a relationship with Celtics coach Ime Udoka for well over a decade, and the two of them share a 10-year-old son together. Just 2 weeks before they planned to move their family to Boston, where they were house hunting, Nia learned about his betrayal. It turns out her fiance was having an affair with a married front office staffer. It was Ime who reportedly came clean to the actress about their affair, because news of his infidelity was about to be made public. On September the 22nd, the Boston Celtics announced that the coach had been suspended for the 2022 to 2023 season for violating team rules. Nia then released her own statement addressing the heartbreak, saying, "The outpouring of love and support from family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me." Ime also released a statement saying, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision."
Number 1, we have Ashton Kutcher. Kutcher was caught red-handed by ex-wife Demi Moore on their 6th wedding anniversary when he decided to cheat on Demi with blonde mistress Sarah Leal in a $2,555 suite at the San Diego Hard Rock Hotel. Demi ultimately found out about the alleged affair when she received a Google alert on her cell phone. The alert displayed an article where Sarah shared her intimate interactions with Kutcher that took place in 2011. Barely able to breathe, Demi decided to call Ashton and asked him if it was true. She then claimed he immediately admitted to everything. The couple shortly after decided to split and filed for divorce in 2013, and since Ashton Kutcher married his past castmate Mila Kunis, and Demi has been dating Daniel Hums of March of 2022.